오늘 실험을 하려고 합니다.
Assalamualaikum guys, selamat kembali ke channel Low Effort Opinion. I'm your host Brother Zain, and hari ni aku nak review for the first time in this channel movie Korea. Now the reason why aku nak tonton this specific movie is because the director of this film is a director of one of the most iconic Korean zombie movie in the past 10 years. Without further ado, from the title, from the thumbnail, you guys already know. So here it is guys, a movie review of 2026's Colony. Directed by Yeon Sang-ho, the same director of Train to Busan. After the failed sequel of Train to Busan Peninsula, this director has returned once again to make another zombie movie. And since this movie director is the same director of Train to Busan, you know Train to Busan memang gila gempak punya movie. So aku memang akan buat sedikit comparison to Train to Busan to see whether this movie is as good or bad ataupun even better than Train to Busan. Movie ini mengisahkan tentang our main character Kwon Se-jeong, seorang profesor di mana dia menghadiri sebuah biotech conference yang diadakan di sebuah shopping mall di Seoul, Korea. However, unbeknownst to our main character, ada seseorang di dalam bangunan tersebut is planning on committing a bioterrorism attack. Peristiwa ini menyebabkan our main character terperangkap di dalam bangunan tersebut. She and the other survivors have to work together to find a way to escape the building. So there you go guys, itulah sedikit sebanyak sinopsis plot Colony. Now let's get to the things that I like about this film. Okay, the first thing that I like about this movie is of course the zombie itself lah. Tak mungkin bincang pasal movie zombie without addressing the elephant in the room, the zombies. Waktu the zombies are first introduced during the beginning of the movie, they are actually crawling on 4 legs instead of the classic zombies yang berjalan ataupun berlari menggunakan 2 kaki macam manusia biasa. Which is a good and refreshing concept sebab in the past few decades kita dah biasa tengok zombie berjalan macam manusia biasa. So these crawling zombies, even though digunakan sekejap saja ya, it is a unique take on the portrayal of zombies. Lagipun waktu dia orang crawl itu, their bodies are like twisted and contorted in a way that they make it look animalistic and scary. So props to the stunt performer for this. Masih dalam point yang sama, I also like that this infection is fungi based instead of a regular boring virus. But at the same time, dia tidak sama macam any other fungi based zombies that has been done before. For example, the zombies dalam series The Last of Us, they are also fungi-based zombies. But kalau kita nak compare zombie itu dengan zombie dalam movie Colony ini, it is hugely different. So dari ini aku rasa macam the concept and execution are definitely original ideas that are carefully written instead of a cheap copy of previously done ideas. And bagi aku, the best part about the zombies dalam movie ini adalah the fact that the zombies are continuously evolving and adapting, dan pada masa yang sama they are functioning in a hive mind consciousness. Perkara ini menghasilkan beberapa clever writing on how they use the zombies in this film. We get to see the zombies evolving from mindlessly crawling to walking and running on 2 legs. Lepas tu ada juga sampai dia menggunakan telefon bimbit, senapang, and even driving So kalau korang expect this movie to have a boring zombies, don't worry. This is probably one of the best and most unique zombie depiction in the past few decades of zombie movies. Next, aku suka sama macam Train to Busan, di mana dalam kereta api dalam movie tersebut ada beberapa orang yang from different aspect of life, working together to escape the infection. Movie ini pun sama juga, we have multiple character from different aspect of lives digabungkan bersama, and bila ada inner conflict in the group, it creates a beautiful story yang membuatkan kita rasa macam kita nak pick side which character decision we actually support as the audience. For example, kalau watak polis, dia akan utamakan mission to arrest the individual yang melakukan bioterrorism attack ini and get out immediately. While at the same time, we also have watak yang ingin menyelamatkan ahli keluarga dia dulu before we get out of the building. And ada juga watak pelajar yang dibuli terpaksa bekerjasama dengan orang yang membuli dia. So every watak dalam movie ini chef kiss, beautiful writing. Next, aku suka the fact that our main character, dia seorang yang pintar, she is very smart. At the same time, it is justifiable. Dia bukan portrayed as a smart character for the sake of female empowerment ataupun feminist writing ke apa ke. No, she is a professor, so it makes sense lah untuk dia to be the smart character in the group that comes up with logical ideas on how to bait the zombies. Dia seorang yang observant terhadap perkara yang berlaku di sekeliling. She also comes up with a clever way to execute communication and also come up with theories untuk zombie-zombie tersebut based on a real-life scientific study. And one of the best part of this movie is the fact that salah satu teori yang dia brought up early in the movie is revisited again in the third act, so it is a good payoff in the end of the movie. Instead of having teori tersebut cuma dijadikan sebagai bahan yang dimension kosong sekadar hanya untuk membuatkan our main character nampak bijak sahaja. Tak macam watak utama dalam movie Train to Busan, you know, he is a regular office worker. This character, a professor, makes sense for everything that she did in this film. Next, aku suka soundtrack dalam movie ini. Dia tidaklah banyak soundtrack, but ada satu soundtrack yang menarikkan perhatian aku. This soundtrack is basically dia selalu dimainkan di waktu scene zombie-zombie ini dia tengah receive and process new information before evolving. To me, the soundtrack is very dreadful and very scary, so it complements the scene every single time. Next, aku juga suka the fact that our antagonist is not only as smart as our main character, but at the same time, he is quite menacing. By design, he is not that menacing. He basically look like a typical Korean guy, rambut disikat kemas apa semua. Tapi, benda yang membuatkan dia effective as a villain ataupun antagonist is the way, aku nak bagi spoiler sikit lah. Basically, dia boleh kawal semua zombie dalam movie ini. And I really like the way that he weaponized the zombies in this film. Seolah-olah macam boss, the zombies just do whatever he wants, see whatever he sees, hears whatever he hears, and sometimes dia pakai zombie-zombie ini untuk menganjing pun ada juga. Also, aku pun suka our antagonist punya goal as the villain in this movie, because what make or break the villain is of course the character punya goal lah kan. Throughout the movie, kita sebagai audience terteka-teka nak tahu macam apa motif dia ni. At first, aku ingatkan dia sekadar klise saintis yang jealous dengan other scientist ke apa ke, but turns out he has a pretty solid goal that is revealed around I think the third act of the film kalau tak silap aku. Let's just say that his main goal berkaitan dengan our main character, and also it includes a deep connection of his past and how the infection function lah basically. Aku tak nak reveal banyak sangat, but what I'm trying to say is that basically he has a good goal yang masuk akal yang boleh diterima as an antagonist for this film. So yeah, this movie punya antagonist memang gempak weh, aku suka gila.
인간을 다음 단계로 도약시키는 거야.
Okay, that is all for the things that I like about this movie. Now let's get to the things that I dislike about this film. One thing that I dislike about this movie, tak banyak satu saja. Basically ada satu scene dalam movie ini di mana mereka telah berjaya menangkap our antagonist. Mereka pun tahu bahawa all information that he possess, he can share them to the zombies. So our main character pun decided untuk tutup mata antagonist tersebut. But as smart as our main character is, she is stupid enough to not cover the watak jahat punya telinga. She already took away his visual sense, but conveniently lupa pasal the fact that he can still receive information through his sense of hearing. So to me, this one is agak pelik sebab our main character is supposed to be smart but somehow commit this rookie mistake. It doesn't affect the enjoyment of the story too much, but kalau aku nak nitpick, aku terpaksa letak ni sebagai the one and only dislike point of this film. Okay guys, that is all for the things that I think worth discussing about this movie. And yes, tak ada honorable mention untuk episode kali ini. So, Koloni, I'm going to rate this movie a 10 out of 10. It is definitely a well-executed, fresh concept, thrilling, entertaining, and a perfect zombie film. Dibandingkan dengan Train to Busan, when it comes to zombie film itself, this movie is definitely the better and superior movie. Sebab dalam Train to Busan, the zombies are just basic running zombies. However, in this movie, the director add a more threatening elements to the zombies, and that contributes to a wide range of beautiful usage for the zombies in this film. However, kalau kita nak cakap pasal emotion wise, Train to Busan is definitely still superior sebab ending dia memang gila sedih weh. Aku rasa kalau sekarang pun aku tengok 10 years later, I will definitely shed a few tears watching the ending. Dibandingkan dengan main character dalam movie Koloni ini, she barely shows any emotions throughout the film. Aku harap sangat this movie will do well in the theaters dengan revenue dia, box office, audience rating, audience reception, semua itulah. Because this is one hell of a great zombie movie. As a huge fan of zombie genre, aku memang appreciate this movie, and aku harap banyak lagi orang pergi tonton movie ini and feel the same way that I do about this film. Okay guys, that is all for today's review of 2026's Koloni. Apa pendapat korang lang guys. Do you like the movie? Will you go see it? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today's video. See you in the next one. It's been your host, Brother Zain, and I'm out. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace out.
Is this nigga serious?